the new UV filter.
Yeah, so what's the... Yeah, it's massive. What's the difference with this one then?
So we went to somebody who knows what they're talking about with this stuff, which we should have done the first time. So this is from Silverline, UK. It's a company based down in Devon that make these things, which is great. And Martin down there from Silverline, he's done quite a lot of this stuff on boats and a lot of rural applications as well, and he guarantees that this ballast will work with the generator. I think that was the problem with the last one. It was electronic ballast, and the voltage output from the generator is probably a little bit lumpy compared to what the electronic ballast needs. But this is an old magnetic choke starter. I don't really know what the difference is, but this will work guaranteed with the power from the generator, which is great, or the inverter. And so I spoke through with Martin what our system setup is and the flow rate of the pump that we've got through the filters, the pre-filters. This is 52 litres per minute flow rate. It's a 75 watt UV bulb. Yeah, and it's nice and shiny. Hey, so that means that we can go at 17 litres per minute maximum, which is good because the pump that we've got, it goes at about 20 litres per minute through once it's through all the filters. So we don't have to throttle it back too much. We want to be able to achieve a decent flow rate, and two different things. Pseudomonas was one of them, and there's another type of bacteria that probably exist in the water in the river that won't be killed through the standard time that they recommend through the UV light. So they need 3 times the amount of energy deposited into the water to kill them properly. So we need to divide the flow rate by 3. And so we've got 3,500 litres. 3,500 litre freshwater tanks. So that's a lot to fill. We don't want to be going down to low flow rates because it'll just take forever. So with this we can have a flow rate of 17 litres per minute. And when we're filling our tanks, they're not bone dry when we fill them. So 17 litres a minute. If we do an hour and a half every week, we're going to get close to 1,700 litres, and that's probably pretty good. So 1,700 litres once a week keeps us topped up. Pretty happy.
And we've decided to take the ceramic out at this point, haven't we?
Yeah, the ceramic that we've got was reducing the flow rate way too much, and I don't think it was really the right choice. It's not designed for that kind of thing. So we're
doing down there, Ollie.
We're going to add an extra charcoal filter. So it'll be 2 charcoal filters, and then we'll go through the UV filter. Yeah, and then we've got a pretty good under sink filter. For drinking water anyway, and it's a mixture of ceramic and charcoal. So we've got a new filter for that. We'll replace that and keep using that for the majority of drinking water. I'm sure this will be safe. We'll get it tested, obviously, anyway before we start using it en masse. But for drinking lots of water, we use the under sink filter, and all the other water will be treated to a standard that's safe anyway. That's the plan. Hey, Ollie.
Yeah. Corey's just changing the filters under the sink, so I think it's fairly obvious which one's the old one. You reckon that's just rust from the tank?
Yeah, rust and sediment. Well, there's not much rust, but I don't know. Just stuff that's in water. That should do us for About another year, I reckon.
What are you doing? Eating the hose. We're moving from Hartford today to probably to Ware actually, and we're just filling up with water before we get any further. But I just want to take this opportunity to take all the plants out of the wheelhouse and water them. This one in particular is getting all these like little bugs on it, so I've been spraying it with this solution of soap and water basically, which dehydrates them and just gets rid of them because they're not great for the plants, which is unfortunate. But yeah, just going to give them more water and get rid of those bugs.
Hey Ollie. Yeah, all the way to port, Dylan.
We're here, Baba. Ready for a nap? Yeah, thought so. Took Ollie for a walk and to find some kindling in Ware. Too rubbery. Ollie's napping place. Should have been an acrobat. We kept moving on to Broxbourne this week after Ware. Corey had the week off, which was lovely, and we had the time to get some miles under our belt and hopefully to use the pump out at Broxbourne. But unfortunately it wasn't working, so we had to double back to Royden over the weekend and then made our way back to Broxbourne.
So we've got the UV filter in place behind the cartridge filters. It's quite a bit bigger than the other one. I've just wanted to put it in to make sure the brackets are okay and the plumbing's going to work. So we've got some flexible connecting tubes that we're going to use. Yeah, we're ready to go. I've sort of proved that it'll fit and it can work, so we just need to pull it out, plumb it in, put it all back together and connect the electrical supply and test it out. We're good to go. Good nap? Quick. Time to put the lamp in. I'm going to hold this in place with some tape on either end. Just have to sort of stand it up a bit to get it in. And we don't want it falling out. There we go. Let's see if I can get this in without breaking it all.
They're laying fibre optic cable along the towpath at the moment, so it's quite noisy. They've got these floating pontoons for pedestrians basically. And we're a bit concerned that Jerry's not going to come back while it's all happening. So Ollie's just keeping an eye out. You see Jerry? Nah, not really.
Okay, it's all plumbed in, there's no leaks, and well, there's one leak actually, it's where the hose connection goes, but I'm not too bothered about that. It's the actual hose bit, we can sort that out later. And it's all wired in, so we're about to do the first test of the bulb, and so we're going to turn the generator on and then start the bulb using the power from the generator. And Martin from Silverline guarantees that this will work, so I hope you know what you're talking about, Martin, and if it does, cheers, mate.
You did do a flow rate test though, hey, and it was...
Yeah, so, yeah, the flow rate, we need to adjust the flow rate when we turn the pump on to be 17 litres a minute or a little bit less. We're at 19 and a half at the moment, which is pretty good. And the other thing I want to test is the alarm. I've wired in a little alarm that'll light up and buzz if the fluorescent tube blows. So I want to sort of simulate that happening and make sure that works as well. And then we're good. Alright,
Here we go.
Start the generator.
Okay. This is the water filtration switch. So he's checking that the bulb is working, and then he's going to take the bulb out, turn the bulb off, and we'll just check that this alarm is working. Yep, it's going off.
So the alarm works, but the bulb doesn't. Don't know if it's the bulb or the starter. They guaranteed that it would work on our setup, but it's not. So I don't know where to start. Pull the electrics out. We've got another bulb. We can try that inside, maybe. It's just such a pain in the ass to get to. So I don't really want to have to start pulling stuff out, changing it around too much. I'm going to call them, actually. That's going to be the first step. Okay, your stuff doesn't work. So we're going to do that.
Yep, good plan. We'll get there. Jerry came home. She's been gone all day.
I'm busy.
Oh. That's the longest she's ever been gone. That's nice, she's home, Ollie. Yay! Oh, thought we lost you, Bubba. Thanks for tuning in to 5 Knots Cruising. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, as it really helps us to get our video out to more viewers. And we'd love to hear your feedback, questions and ideas, so please drop us a line either on our Instagram page or